Hey, it's Dave from Maker Dave, and today I'm going to open up the CR10 power slash control box here, just to make sure all the cables are seated correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I've got the power disconnected, and the other cables that go in the box are there. So there are 5 screws on the bottom, and then there's going to be 4 on this other side over here. To take the power supply out, I'll lift it. Let me take the SD card out. I'll lift it, and then I should be able to see the connectors to make sure nothing's loose on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and start that. I believe it's this one here. Maybe it's a smaller one. If it's a special one, then I can actually grab the other. Nope, it's this one right here. So let me go ahead and unscrew these. I'll probably do this again once I validate all the connectors are attached. It's one of the support requests I got from Banggood because I've been getting the MINTEMP message. I want to make sure that the extruder, the thermistor, is seated correctly, which in a previous video I've already shown that not only was it seated correctly, that the bulb, the connectivity of the thermistor wires were okay. Because when I actually turn on my power supply and preheat the nozzle, the temperature does go up. So I do get temperature and it starts printing, but then as it prints is when the temperature goes down and eventually hits 0 to at one point because it's jumping around. Now a lot of people have said online that the jumping when it starts printing is due to the wires moving and causing a short. But I checked continuity on those wires and it was actually fine. So, okay, so there's the back panel coming off. And then, like I said, we have the power supply, which is held in place by these 4 screws, which are the next size up on our Allen wrench and the tools they provided us. And then when I get this power supply out of the way, I will go ahead and validate and zoom in on the connections on the motherboard to make sure the thermistor wire is seated correctly. Plus, I'm really looking forward to taking a look at this control box and the fans and the wiring around it, because my power supply, when I turn it on initially, makes a lot of noise. And I could tap on the box and it seems to go away. So I'm thinking maybe they've got some wires that are too close to fan hitting, or they may even have it not screwed tightly down, maybe. So we'll take a look. There we go, the last one's coming out now. Yep, that would be the last one that just came out. Yeah, screw just doesn't want to come out through here. Always one tight one. Okay. Alright, so the power supply should be able to come out nicely, and it does. And we're going to take a look in here. Okay, like so. To make sure all the connectors are seated correctly. So let's take a look now. It does look like all of them are seated correctly. X, Y, Z, and there's the power. Yeah, they all look like they are seated correctly. The first time I opened this up. And there's that mid fan right there. There should be a fan in the back as well. Yeah, there it is there. Which that cable bundle looks like it's hitting. Alright, so according to let Creality know, and also let Banggood know that all those cables are seated correctly. Alright, so that's basically how to get into the power supply to make sure your cables are seated correctly. And look at the fans. Now there's other tutorials online about changing out these fans for quieter ones, which I will do at one point. I'll create a separate video for that. So Alright, that's it. Everything is seated correctly. So, there's nothing loose in any of these connectors here. So, they're all seated good. Yep. Alrighty.